guys, it's Sarah and I am back finally. So March has been a little crazy for me. We've had a lot of sickness going through our house. Almost the entire month of March, someone in our house was sick, including myself. So we're finally all on the mend and I'm finally able to get back to my desk and to get some good scrapping done. So I'm very, very happy about that because of course, when I can't get to my desk is when I'm the most inspired and I want to be there so badly. So, yeah, but I am back and I'm very happy about it. So today I am doing a Freckled Fawn layout. So I am using mostly my Freckled Fawn embellishment kits. That is a monthly kit club and it's only embellishments, and I kind of keep all of my kits together in an iris container, and then I use my pattern paper from my stash. So this week I am using a paper pad from Studio Calico. It's kind of a best of Studio Calico pattern paper pad, and I got that at Hobby Lobby. It's huge. It has so much paper in it, but I got it for really, really cheap at Hobby Lobby, and it just kind of has a little bit of a whole bunch of different Studio Calico papers. It's no line in particular. So since the paper was super cheap, and those paper pads usually are, the paper is extremely thin. Like, I'm always afraid I'm going to tear it. It's very, very thin. So I added a piece of white cardstock on the back. The cardstock actually isn't heavy cardstock either, so I don't know if it did a ton of good, but it did something. So I just needed a little bit more weight on it, I guess you could say. So all of the papers that I picked are from that Studio Calico paper pad, and then I used some craft cardstock there from Basil as well. So now I'm just kind of going through and trying to figure out how I want to have my papers layered. So these pictures I'm going to be scrapbooking today are of a restaurant that I went to in Lubbock recently with some of my girlfriends. We had a weekend trip in Lubbock, which is, excuse me, kind of the closest big city. I'm using that in quotation marks because it's not huge still, but it's bigger than where we live. So Lubbock is the closest place. Like, if we want to go to Target or do any like big shopping or Costco or anything like that, that's where we go. It's about an hour and a half from where we are. So my girlfriends and I recently had the opportunity to actually go on a weekend trip and stay the night. And so we did that. And one of the first things we did when we got there was we had lunch at a restaurant called Twisted Root, and it's a burger place, and it is so flipping good. It was so good, you guys. So I took pictures of us at the restaurant and pictures of our food, and so I'm going to scrap that today. So I really wanted to go with papers that had kind of earth tone browns and greens, because, you know, the name of the restaurant is Twisted Root, so it's kind of reminds me of like tree trunks and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of go that route with my papers here. So I am taking some distressing from Tim Holtz, and I am inking the edges of all my papers so that they kind of go together. And the color I'm using is Gathered Twigs, so it's a nice brown. So I'm just doing all that. I found this little cut apart sheet in the paper pad, and I'm going to use this brown one with a little speech bubble, and it says, "I was like ... And so that's where I'm going to do my journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out, and I'll ink that one up as well. And if you can see how thin those papers are, like, oh, I'm barely touching it and it's curling up. So they're very cheap, but the paper is cheap, so you get what you pay for, most definitely with that. Okay, so I have 3 little pictures here, and these are printed in, I think they're 3x3s. I think that's the size that I printed them. So I'm going to put them on this square piece of cardstock there, and I'm going to put my title in the blank space next to the top picture there. So I'm putting this down. I chose that paper there because I kind of felt like the circles represented maybe like tree trunks when they're cut down, like if you're looking down onto a cut tree trunk maybe. That's kind of what it reminded me of, so I went ahead and used that. Then I have brown arrows and that wood grain, and then that one there. And then I'll put my journal spot right there as well. I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling now while I'm thinking about what I want to write before I start putting other stuff. Plus, it's going to be layered on top of the other papers. And if I start writing on top of the other papers, it's going to, you know, probably mess up my writing a little bit because the paper is so thin, it's going to, you know, you'll be able to see it. Excuse me. And I'm watching my iPad right now. Normally when I watch shows, I watch Netflix, so there's no commercials and I don't have to flip through anything. But lately I've been watching, I've been trying to watch shows off my DVR more because my DVR is almost full. Like it's starting to yell at me right now because it's like 90% full. So it's like I need to start watching shows off my DVR. We have Dish Network, which has an app that comes with it as well where I can watch on my iPad instead of having to sit at my TV. But I do have to fast forward through commercials when they pop up. So if you see my arm going up, that's what I'm doing. I'm just fast forwarding through commercials. But yeah, I'm just trying to get some shows off my DVR. Right now I'm watching Fargo and I'm watching season 2, and it's really, really good. I really enjoyed season 1, and season 2 is even better. So that's what I'm watching here. Okay, so now I'm going through my Freckled Fawn stuff here, and I am going to, I'm looking through my alphabets to see what I want to use, and just kind of pulling anything that really catches my eye. I'm trying to keep within those earth tones there. Just kind of anything that's jumping out at me. I think I go through these like 2 or 3 times while I'm making a layout just to make sure I don't miss anything. And I kind of use what I first grabbed, go ahead and get those down, and then go through a second time and see if there's anything else. Excuse me. Okay, so I kind of pulled some initial stuff here. Now I pulled these really large, puffy words, and I'm going to use the word fun because this place was so fun, you guys. When you order, they give you like a little name card, which is kind of your ticket for your food. And then when your food is ready, they call the name, and it's a famous person. And mine is on the bottom there with the drink. And it was so funny because I got Madonna. And so we're sitting there waiting for our food, and then all of a sudden, the guy who was announcing the names for the food, he started singing like a virgin. And I was like, oh, that's me. So I had to get up while he's singing it and like kind of go up and get my food. It was so funny. So when they when they were announcing the food, they were trying to, you know, say funny things or sing songs or whatever according to what your name was. And it was just hilarious. So that's why I wanted to put fun, because it was a fun place. It was a fun atmosphere. And yeah, so I'm grabbing a few more things just to see if anything else. And then I remember I have these wood grain enamel dots, so I'm going to use those. Those are from Studio Calico, and I think I got them from somebody. I'm pretty sure someone sent me those. And I haven't used them yet, but I loved them so much. Okay, these are deceiving. These little letter stickers are what I was going to use. But look, when they're layered up together, because they're vellum, when they're layered up together, they look like the right tones I was looking for. But when I took them apart, they're like bright. So I was really upset with that because those were what I was going to use. And then, yeah, so I was like, well, that's crappy. They're like pinks and blues instead of when you see them right now, they're at the top there. They look like, you know, beige and gray and green and stuff. But no, didn't work out that way. Okay, so I'm using these instead. These are little wood circular letters, and I'm going to spell out Twisted Root Burger Company, which is the official name of the restaurant. So I went ahead and did that, and I put them down with glue dots, but I cut that out because that took me a good 10 minutes. Okay, so I put an enamel arrow on the speech bubble there. That little puffy sticker says number 1. And then I have a banner that says so very good right underneath the title. This is a little asterisk puffy sticker as well in a green, and then I have the camera wood veneer on the bottom there. So yeah, those little letter stickers really surprised me. So when they're layered up, they look a completely different color than what they actually are. So I'm probably gonna have to go back and like maybe stick a piece of paper in between them so I can see their true colors. That way next time I want to use them, I'll know. But a little deceiving there. All right, so I put a little piece of paper behind this heart on the enamel dot, or sorry, on the wood veneer because I didn't want it to show everything behind it. So I just took a piece of from the wood grain paper and from the branding strip. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, now I'm using these wood grain enamel dots, and you'll see these in better detail in the close-ups, but they're really beautiful. And they're wood, so they go with my layout here. And I believe those are from Studio Calico. I remember them selling them a while ago, and I never did get them, but then someone sent them to me. So Excuse me. Okay, I'm just putting the month and the year, which is February 2016. And then that's going to complete my layout, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm so happy to be back. If you guys want to check out the Freckled Fawn embellishment kits, I will go ahead and leave a link to their website so you can check them out. I've loved them and I've subscribed since the beginning and I just love every month. Okay, I will see you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.